Forgotten Orphanage, a tale of haunting despair. In the desolate outskirts of a forgotten town, there stood an abandoned orphanage, its once vibrant walls now crumbling in decay. The surrounding trees seemed to lean away from it, as if recoiling from the darkness that lurked within. Locals whispered of its tragic past, of the children who had vanished without a trace, and the unspeakable horrors that had plagued its halls. But for Amelia, a young woman tormented by visions of the past, the orphanage held a morbid fascination, a beckoning call to uncover the truth buried beneath its haunted facade. Armed with little more than her courage and a flickering flashlight, Amelia ventured into the decrepit orphanage, the weight of its history heavy upon her shoulders. As she crossed the threshold, a chill swept through her, and the air grew thick with the scent of mildew and decay. Shadows danced in the dim light, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to whisper secrets of unspeakable terror. Amelia pressed forward, her heart pounding with a mixture of dread and excitement. The orphanage seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, as if aware of her presence and eager to ensnare her within its grasp. Strange whispers echoed through the empty corridors, the voices of the lost souls who still wandered the halls in search of absolution. With each step, the darkness seemed to deepen, swallowing her whole and leaving her adrift in a sea of shadows. But still, she pressed on, driven by a desire to uncover the truth that lay buried within the orphanage's decaying walls. In the depths of the building, Amelia stumbled upon a forgotten chamber, a room that had been sealed off from the outside world, its secrets hidden from prying eyes. As she stepped inside, her flashlight illuminated a scene of unspeakable horror, a tableau of gore and violence that sent a wave of nausea crashing over her. The walls were adorned with the remains of the orphanage's former occupants, twisted corpses frozen in expressions of agony and despair. Blood stained the floor, pooling in grotesque patterns that seemed to writhe and squirm in the dim light. But it was the figure standing in the center of the room that filled Amelia with terror. A spectral apparition, its form twisted and contorted in grotesque parody of humanity. Hollow eyes bore into hers, filled with a hunger that sent a primal wave of fear coursing through her veins. With a guttural moan, the spirit lunged at her, its spectral form engulfing her in a suffocating embrace. In that moment, Amelia knew true terror, a terror born of the darkest depths of the human soul, a terror that would haunt her for all eternity. With a cry of horror, Amelia turned to flee, but the door slammed shut with a deafening crash, trapping her inside the chamber with the vengeful spirit. Desperate to escape, she clawed at the walls, her nails scraping against the cold stone in a futile attempt to break free. But the spirit would not be denied. It hungered for vengeance, and Amelia was its chosen prey. As its icy grip tightened around her, she felt herself being dragged into the darkness, consumed by the same despair that had plagued the orphanage for centuries. And as the echoes of her screams faded into the darkness, the forgotten orphanage claimed another victim, its grisly secrets buried once more beneath the weight of time.